Hello everyone, in this tutorial what we're going to do is to learn how to use a clean plate and the 3D keyer to remove a background, a green screen in DaVinci Resolve. So first I have a very short clip, a video recorded here, and I'll head over to the Fusion page with the tab recorded. Also I have a clean plate. I'll just quickly go to workspace and reset UI layout, and I'll drag this clean plate. So the clean plate is basically just either an image or a recording or video of the green screen without the subject. So the Xbox controller is the subject and the background is this green screen. We can use a clean plate to tell DaVinci Resolve this is our green screen, so it can take any lighting, shading, or color information or shadows into account when it's actually, cleaning that green screen. So here, let's head over to the Fusion page. Now, the first thing we want to do is to work in a color space that DaVinci Resolve likes. So it likes working in the color space transform or CST transform. Let's just quickly set that up. So here I'll hit Control Space and I'll search for CST and I'll hit Add. Now I recorded with my iPhone, so I'll just hit this at the input and drag this output to the media out. And here's what we're going to do. So on the inspector, here where it says the input gamma, I'll set this to Rec 709 because I'm actually using my phone to record this. So with Rec 709, what we're going to do is to just change this. I'll hit Control C and V to paste that. And towards the end in here, I'll just hit swap to change it back to what it is. So also what I want to do is to add a transform node, or I'll just simply click our media in like so, and let's add a transform node, and I'll just zoom in. So I'll just grab the size and pull the object a bit close, and in the transform, I'll grab the handle and shift it towards the right a bit. That's just to ensure that when the object is rotating, it's not getting clipped. It's slightly clipped here, so I'll still drag this to the right like so, and I'll zoom out a little bit just to see that object. So from here, if we simply play it, and I think I might be too far zoomed out for the size, so I'll just drag this back in a little bit. Now we can see some of that showing, but we'll get rid of that very quickly. All right, I think that's not bad. Okay, so next, after the first color space transform, what we're going to do is to bring in our 3D keyer. So I hit Control Space and I'll search for 3D keyer like so, and I'll add that here. Sorry, I'll delete that. I'm actually looking for a delta keyer, so I'll just do a delta keyer or DK and bring in the delta keyer. So I'll take the output of the color space transform into the input of the delta keyer, and take the output back to the swapped color space transform. And what we can do from here is to use our, background selector to remove this. But this time around, let's use a clean plate. So I hit Control Space and search for a clean plate, and I'll hit Add to add that clean plate. Now with the clean plate, it needs an input. So to get the input, I'll go to the media pool and I'll drag in the green screen on its own, and I'll connect that into the foreground input of the clean plate, and I'll connect this clean plate to the delta keyer. So automatically it's connecting that to the pink input because it understands the pink input is for a clean plate. That's why it's doing that. So now that we have that clean input for this clean plate, what I'm going to do is to add in a matte. A matte basically allows you to work with alpha channels and selections. So with the alpha matte, that's how I can be able to refine this, selection and to make things cleaner and work with spill. This is already looking good. I like how this looks like. So if you just zoom in a bit, you can see we're not getting any of those weird spills along that we get, but we can always fix that. So let's add a matte control. So here I'll just search for matte control and I'll add the matte control. So with the matte control, I'll connect the output of the keyer into the input, and the output of the matte control into the color space transform. And I'll just move this a bit so I can see the controller just facing me like that. I think this is a good, it's not a bad angle. Yeah, I think this is good. So with our matte control now, what we can do is to go into the fringe or solid matte or garbage matte. But for green screens, we can go to spill and we can begin to check things like, spill suppression, the fringe size, and also play around with any settings we want to use to improve the green screen. We can also do that in the clean plate example. If we have something we want to erode or the threshold, we can use the erode to do that. And we can also grow the edges. We can set this to fill in case our green screen actually has sections that are not fully green. So that's just something, but we actually have something clean we're actually using. That's why it's actually looking like this. We have this one here, so we're using that. So quickly, if we wanted to hide, let's say, those edges here, the ones that are actually showing up, this one, what we can do is to click a mask. So it's actually connecting that mask to this, and I'll right click the output of the mask and go to the delta keyer and click on the garbage matte input. And we can use this and basically select this section here like that. And we can actually use that to either zoom in or zoom out. Again, on the delta keyer, we can still take our key to select any region and actually remove part of that. All right, so that's going to be it for this one. That's how we can actually remove a background using the clean plate. You can see it's much more cleaner, faster, and it gives you more control that we can actually use to, make changes and make this super clean. Again, we can go to our matte, we can go to our fringe to actually work with those changes and improve this green screen. So hopefully, I hope you've learned how to use that in DaVinci Resolve. I provided 3 methods. You can check out those methods here on how you can actually remove a background with a green screen subject. It's something that you need, especially if you're going to be working in visual effects. So once again, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Peace.